Welcome back everybody to Myelin and me. Now, I've learned since I've been on YouTube, right, that you've got to hook your audience in the first couple of minutes to make them stay, so your watch time goes up and all this sort of thing, right? I'm just getting used to all that caper now. But my hook today, right, is my shirt, man. It's class, isn't it? It is. You're going to be like astounded by how weird this shirt is, and you'll be like just staring at it for the next 10 minutes, and you'll be like, oh my God, Mike, what are you wearing? So yeah, it is a cool shirt, right? And if you're just staring at it, just stare at it for a little bit longer, because this episode is pretty good, if I may say so myself. I like it. I like how this episode's going to go. I think my last one was a little bit down a little bit, but this one is positive, right? It's really positive. And there's a bit of my personality in it as well. So, you know, win-win. But as we say, this is the best channel for MS on YouTube. So if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, all that sort of caper. That would be absolutely brilliant. Well, anyway, if you're still staring at my shirt, right, it really is. I do wear this outside as well, right? I do go out in it. I dropped my daughter off today, first day in comprehensive, and I dropped her off in this shirt. Embarrassing kids, isn't it? I'll teach her for 6 weeks of looking after her, moaning and things like that. What's for dinner, Dad? And things like that. So, yeah, there we go. But we'll start with the episode now. I think that's why you come here for. I think that's why you sort of clicked on the thumbnail, didn't you? But I'll be honest with you today, right? Recently, I've been in a bit of a dark place, right? The fatigue, the pain, everything with MS is really doing my head in. You know, I'm going to have to get rid of my car because I can't get my wheelchair in it, because I can't lift it and walk and put it in. So, you know, I'm like digging myself out of this hole, and I'm going to continue to dig, and I'm going to keep digging, and I'm never going to stop digging ever. So this is the message in this, right? If you're stuck in a hole at the moment, we know MS is brutal. It takes your energy, your balance, your memory, sometimes feels like your future. But we're going to keep digging, and we're going to keep getting out of the hole. MS is going to try and drag you back down, but you can be like, no, I'm continuing, right? So you're going to have the last word. MS is not in your life. This is your life, right? And you're not going to let this thing win. So, you know, I'm sharing the truth. You know, it's just it's a frustrating reality, really, isn't it? But I still smile. I still push forward, and I still believe tomorrow is definitely worth waiting for, because it's like, it's a different day, isn't it? You might be on a bad day today, but tomorrow, keep going, and this is going to get out of it. MS is hard, isn't it? You know, waking up exhausted, legs that don't listen, you know, pain that nobody sees. It's just everything. You know, people look at you like, but you look fine, you're not screaming in agony, you can't be in that much pain. Bloody are. But inside, it's like your body's betraying you, and you're like, every morning you get up and you're like, I just want a new body. If I had a new body, I'd have an ace life today, wouldn't I? But I've had days where I thought, is this it? You know, is this my life now? And I know many of you watching will have had those same thoughts as well. You know, is this life? Every time I wake up, I'm like, oh my God. But here's the part that people forget, right? And they forget to tell you this. Those thoughts don't have to be the end of the story. To be the beginning. Every single time, start again. Nothing wrong with that. So MS is taking things from us, isn't it? But it's also giving something back to me. Perspective. Massive perspective. That's what we want. So when you live with MS, I can't even say MS anymore, but when you live with MS, you learn to value things other people take for granted, like a good day with less fatigue, a walk in the sun, or a roll, time with your family, and the sound of your kids laughing and things like that. You know, people just take things out for granted, but you seem to be a little more in tune with it when you've got something, you know, and that's power. Power to spot joy in the middle of pain. Power to keep going when your body says, nah. That is just golden, isn't it? You know what? Every time I laugh, every time like I celebrate a small win, every time I refuse to quit, you know, I'm just like, this is great. This is great, isn't it? So one of the hardest lessons is MS will teach you that, you know, not everyone sticks around. You know, some friends vanish, some people don't understand, and it's just doing it all the time, isn't it? Just knocking away. But here's the cracking part, right? The people who do stay, they're your army against this condition. You know, your family, your friends, your community online. You know, you're part of a community now. You're watching this channel. There's like a load of other people watching it as well. And they're all thinking the same thing. So if you're watching this and you feel alone, you know, let me tell you, you're not. We're all here right now together. And we're all watching this. You're watching some bloke talk on YouTube, but there's a load of other people watching some bloke talk on YouTube. And they're going to put in the comments what they're feeling. So resilience isn't about never falling down. It's about getting back up again and again and again and again. Even if it takes you longer each time, you're going to still go and get up. It's simple as that. So I'm not going to lie. There are going to be days, you know, when you feel like giving up. I know there is when, you know, I've given up a few times. But I remember then that hope is still alive. You've always got hope. So, you know, you've got to look at, from an MS point of view, research is moving forward. Treatments are getting better than ever. Awareness is growing. And every single one of us who speaks out, you know, helps that awareness. That's why I started this channel. And it's part of the progress for people to think, oh, I didn't even know what MS was. And it's just, let's get it out there. So that's why I'm not hiding. That's why I've started this channel. That's why I've got this crazy dream of climbing Penny Van in a wheelchair with my mates carrying me. Because MS can take my legs but can't take my will. It's simple. And every newspaper, every, you know, article I'm in, I'm going to keep driving it home. Your dream might not look like mine, but if you've got something to chase, no matter how small, you've got a reason to keep moving forward. So it's just like a battle cry, this episode, isn't it? Just keep going. Even if it's just a small little thing. You know, it's tough. MS is tough. It'll break your body. It'll test your mind, but it cannot touch your spirit. Not unless you let it. It is that simple. Don't complicate it. You know, life with MS is different, yeah. It's painful. It can be powerful. It can be meaningful and even joyful to a certain degree. You know, when I use my blue badge, I get loads of joy out of it. So if you're watching this and you're in the middle of a bad day, hear me now, okay? You're stronger in this. You are just, you're not done. All right? You're not done. So if this video has hit home, please give it a like, subscribe, and share it with someone who might need us today. Community, that's where we are. Let me know in the comments as well. What one thing that keeps you going? What is it? What is the one thing? Even, you know, even when MS tries to knock you down, right? What is that one thing? Put in the comments for me. Could be 2, could be 3, right? But you know, we'll just keep it simple and just put 1. Chuck it in the comments. I read every comment. I reply to every single comment. You know, so we just got to remember no one's coming to save us. But together we can rise higher than MS thought was possible, to be honest with you. You know, we could do it. Between us, we could do this. You know, it's going to try and knock us down every single time. But, you know, we've got this. But if all else fails, right, and you're like, oh, I don't know what to do, Mike, have you thought about trying yoga? I'll see you on the next one.